Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm greeting you everyone here. So before I start talking about how to defeat our fears, I know that all of us are very tired and some of us are even sleepy right now. So may I really appreciate that if you would just put your phones away and could you have all your attention on me, please? Because I'm sure that you wouldn't want to miss this opportunity to listen. Maybe because perhaps my speech could change your lifestyle. So let's begin. So today I'm going to talk about how to defeat our fears. As you know, fear is our emotional reaction to something that looks strange and dangerous. So all of us have experienced fear, and it's totally okay to fear. But however, the impact fear has in our lives is not okay. We aren't taking serious what fear can cause us, when it's literally ruining our future. Now, maybe all of you just close your eyes for a second and think of a life situation where you had a great opportunity to do something, but because you couldn't do it because you were afraid of it. If anyone really lived it, can you please hand up for me? Okay, now I've also had experienced that in my life, and I know how annoying it feels, and now I'm regretting that I was really afraid and I did miss that opportunity. So, because I don't want anyone else to live this experience, today I'm going to teach you how to defeat your fears. So, first, step 1, acknowledging our fears. So, in first step in overcoming your fear is to acknowledge it. Denying your fear or pretending it does not exist only gives more power. So when you feel it, instead of ignoring it, try to take a moment and ask yourself, what am I really scared of? Am I scared of judgment? Am I scared of embarrassment or failure? After understanding what you're really afraid of, you can change your perspective, which is step 2. So when you know what you're really scared of, try to change the way you look at it. As we all know, fear is usually an idea that means something bad will happen, that something won't end good. But what if fear is actually a sign that you are on the verge of something really great? Instead of seeing fear as a roadblock, try seeing it as a great signal for an improvement. So, fear it tells you that you're moving beyond your comfort zone, and reframing your fear can turn it from an enemy to a guide on our path. So, step 3, taking action despite fear. So, here, or in other words, we can say to face our fears. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of you have heard that if you want to overcome your fear, the most powerful way is to just face your fears. Now, when people told me that if you want to overcome your fear, you should just face it, I really think that it's easier said than done, you know? Because it really sounds so simple, but is it in real life? Think that you're really scared of snakes, and you're just saying a kid that if you touch the snake and if you want to stop being afraid of them, you should take the snake to your hand and play with it maybe. It would sound so ridiculous because you're very scared of something. So when people would say to me that just face your fears, I would always think that it's so useless way. But after trying to overcome my fear and after some real life experiences, I learned that this method is actually the truth, it's totally true. And this is why. So often, to break free from fear is to do the very thing that scares you. Start small if you have to, but just start. When you push through fear, you will see that you're building confidence, which you're going to use to defeat your fear. So step 4, building resilience. Some speakers already mentioned about this, and I would like to say how resilience is important again. So, avoiding fear, resilience isn't about avoiding fear. It's about building the strength to face it repeatedly. For example, when you go, it's like building muscle in our body. When you go to the gym and you want one of your muscles to become very strong, you go to gym, exercise for a long time, and after some time you see that that muscle in your body became strong. So same here. If you want to take some risks and defeat your fear, you should practice and exercise it. For example, take challenges, take beneficial risks, and practice a lot. Then you will see that after some time, after doing this, you are not as afraid as you were before. So here, last but not least, our step 5, getting support. This might not sound as powerful as the other steps, but actually, I would still recommend you to not avoid this step. Don't be afraid to ask for support, because when you have the people on your corner, it makes a whole difference when you're facing your fears. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and encourage you to not give up. And then you will see how easy it becomes to fight your fears. So now, I would like to give you a real-life example of my own fear and how I overcame it. Well, one of my fears was public speaking, which I'm doing right now, and it was really hard for me to do it. But I'm not saying that I'm fully just not afraid of it anymore, but still I think that I'm better at it. So let's look at the steps and at my journey, how by following the steps I overcame my fear of public speaking. So first, when I wanted to participate in this event, I thought, why am I really scared of it? Am I scared because I will mess things up, or people won't understand me, or I will be embarrassed in front of a lot of people? Definitely. That was the reason why I was scared in the first place. After, I tried to change my perspective. Thinking of that I will fail and I will be embarrassed in front of lots of people, what if I will really do great and will be able to help some people here in our audiences? So after, I tried to change my way. So I practiced a lot in front of my family, in front of my teachers, friends, siblings, until I felt very ready. But in this journey, I really was told to give up many times. But the thing that really stopped me from giving up was my supporters, my mother and my teacher. Thanks to them, I was able to come here and participate in this event. So I would like to give you a short little tip. I'm sure that lots of us are afraid of something. Maybe some of us from public speaking, maybe some of us from making friends, or lots of other phobias. So by believing in yourself and following the steps, I'm sure that you can turn your fear into a source of strength and power. I know that following these tips might sound a bit of and be a bit of difficult for you, but I would really appreciate if you would just try to make those tips come true. And maybe you will see yourself that you could overcome your fear by following the steps. Thank you for your attention.